Hello, welcome back to Pushing the Potters. It's episode 8. The window's shut. Let's go. We're second in the table. We've got 2 wins out of 2. You certainly saw us crunch through Norwich. We've then crunched through Liverpool. That's 2 3-0 wins on the bounce. Yay. We've had a transfer go through. You might look down that list and not be able to see. Let me point it out for you. You might have just seen there, actually. We did have declined bids for Ruben Vetso and Gylfi Sigurdsson. Now, the Gylfi Sigurdsson bid came in 50 minutes before the window slammed shut. I don't know what Monaco how they thought they would be able to negotiate terms, pass medicals, etc. in 15 minutes, let alone allow us to sign a suitable replacement. But happy days. We declined the bid, and even if we'd accepted, it would have fallen out anyway. So what did we manage to do? We sold Ramadan Sobhi. He went for £59 million, all up front, to the mighty Real Madrid. He was very good for us last year, as you saw. That first season, he was okay. And then last year, he really kicked on with his goals. And even this year, it started where he left off. But £59 million, really? Is that a £59 million player? Maybe he'll become a £59 million player, but he becomes our record sale. Good luck to the boy. What have we bought in instead? We bought Tin Yedvai on loan. Gives us that defensive cover. I did mention we might buy or bring in a centre-half. That's what we've done in Tin. Great name, Big Tin. And we've bought in Thomas Lemar from the aforementioned Monaco. I think he's going to play in the middle. Vlasic can play left side. And he'll just slot in beautifully when Gylfi Sigurdsson is unavailable. Of course, Lamar can also play left side, probably not as well. You'll see there, he's not as fluent. Perhaps he lacks the... I mean, he's pretty quick. There's nothing there. Actually, you'd say, yeah, he's pretty good as an inside forward. So I'm very happy with that deal. He's not even on a huge wage, $84,000 a week. You think for a £38 million transfer, you'd probably be paying more wages than that. But there you go. Right, so we've got the Ipswich Town game today. We're back to East Anglia. It's a double header, effectively. We've done Norwich, now let's do Ipswich. Can guarantee this will be a defeat. So, in goal, Jack Butland. Right back, Trippier. Left back, Tellez. Centre-half, Shawcross and Brooks. The Mbula-Allen partnership continues for a third season. Berardi on the right side, Lamar in the middle, Vlasic left side, and Milik up top. The bench, Walker-Peters, Yedvai, Vetso, Ayer, Arnautovic, Campbell, and Dembele. Let's give this a go. We've got some numbers to dish out. No one's going to get a favoured number. Lamar doesn't even have one. I think he'd love a number 8 though, wouldn't he? I'd certainly be buying that shirt. Oh, it sends shivers down the spine just to imagine. Oh. I forgot as well, we have been drawn in the Champions League group. I can't for the life of me remember who we've got, so I will bring you that if I can recall once we're done here with this fixture. I won Manager of the Month. Terrific stuff. So that's great. Again, another curse on the old management. So expect a spirited Ipswich victory today by 1 or 2 goals to 0 against all odds. Ipswich have got 4 points from their opening 2 games. That's pretty... I think they'd have taken that. I'm not sure who they've played. If they've played Palace and Hull or Norwich, then they're probably expecting that. But here we go. We're at Portman Road, and nothing's really happening in the first few minutes. It may be similar to the Norwich game. We may have to come off our normal attacking system, but I just think the way the Ipswich seem to have started the season, maybe they've got a bit more about them than Norwich. We didn't actually look at their squad. There's nothing really of real note there. Yes. So, there'll be some names, well, a lot of names familiar to you, but perhaps no names of terrifying status that's going to scare the life out of us, hopefully. Yet to have a shot on target either side. So, both teams unable to really get going. Long ball forward there. Brooks heads it back in. It's a bit of heading tennis. Lamar on his debut. He swapped one red and white shirt for another. He just ran into trouble there and didn't really have any options. Hopefully we'll get better from him. Berardi seemed to jump in there with his backside. I don't know why he's tackling that way. Surely his feet are a more appropriate option. Brooks there won the ball, but doesn't bring it away. It's slotted home. I'm not happy with that. That's Cole Scusa. I mean, they've had a few breaks of fortune. And we go 1-0 down. The first goal we've conceded so far this season. It was all going so nice, wasn't it? And now we're behind to Ipswich Town. We've got a chance to maybe draw level before the break. Vlasic slots home beautifully. Bielkowski was on his way. I'm not sure where to, but maybe he thought the whistle had gone and he was off down the tunnel. Who knows? It's 1-1. We've got back into it. It's been a poor first half, really. I'm going to let them know, to be honest. It's a Premier League game, but this is Ipswich Town. We finished second in this league last year. We are going to switch to the away formation. I don't want to risk another shocking goal. I think we were a little bit fortunate to get back into it at the half. I think they could well look at Bielkowski there, their goalkeeper, and question his decision on his positioning. That's terrible. That's appalling by Tellez. And that's Snodgrass. Well, it's still very well and good now playing counter, so we'll give it 15 minutes. But if they're not going to come forward, we've got nothing to counter on. Trippier. I can't believe they've scored twice. Mboula, Vlasic, off the post. It's not going to go in off the rebound. I mean, okay. Ooh, is it always the way? 2 shots, 2 goals. That's all it takes. Mboula's suffering a little bit. We're going to take him off. Lamar's not having a great debut, but we're going to keep him out there because he has got the spark. And that's another player as well that is going to take some time to gel. You probably saw it on the tactics screen prior to kickoff. The familiarity is just not going to be there. We're going to push forward. We're going to try and force the issue now because what have we got to lose? You know, we need far more than we're getting here. It's not good, is it? This. We'll take off Lamar. He's been a little bit disappointing. Milik's had a shocker. Let's change it up, although it is happening behind me. Fabio heads away. Here's Vlasic on the left side. Inside to Tellez. Lamar now. Into Milik. It's flicked out left. I would have liked him to have taken that on to cross the ball. He played it back and gave the Ipswich defence a chance. This is very frustrating, and I'm gutted at this stage. This is almost as bad as losing a Europa League final. To say that I'd be happy to take a point now, it almost seems like a complete disaster, really. But that's the situation. I'd be happy with a point. Give us a point, please. Come on, let's start. Let's keep this season up at Ipswich Town. Chrissy Ayer, he doesn't score many. This might be his season. Wonderful strike, and I'm still angry. You know, we're better than Ipswich, and they've scored 2 absolutely shocking goals against us. And that's going to be game, I think, 2-2. It's not a great performance from us, but at least we haven't lost the game. That's a poor pass, Domenico Berardi. But yeah, we've visited 2 newly promoted clubs on our travels. Perhaps not the hardest games, but they're certainly, they'll have the crowd with them. So yeah, not good enough at all by any stretch. I think there's some poor performances in there today, some questionable performances, certainly. So, but it is a point. It keeps us ticking over. We failed to make the chances pay, but we did get something, which is the most important thing. Okay, so the transfer window's shut, so there's certainly going to be any more transfers. We'll continue to scout. If I see any youngsters coming up, then I'll certainly give you a heads up. And on that subject, we did mention him in the last episode, Stuart Marlin. Unfortunately, he broke his foot out on loan at Crawley, so we have recalled him. We thought he may as well. I mean, yes, he was on loan for the full season, so he could have finished the season off at Crawley, but to be quite honest, I'd rather he completed his rehab at our facilities rather than Crawley's. No disrespect to Crawley, but I would like to think that we have slightly more advanced physiotherapy facilities than yourselves. So, just have a look at loads of transfer screens there. Anyway, so the Champions League, as I mentioned previously, we're drawn against Juventus, Benfica and Basel. There's a possibility there. I mean, we saw how poor Benfica were in last year's Champions League, so if they continue with their struggles, and we should hopefully get past Basel. We could very well sneak into second place, which would be an improvement on last year, of course, where we ended up in the Europa League. The board happy with the group stages, so that's fine. They're already quite satisfied with the achievement, even if we finish like that with 0 points. Well, I wish we'd have won today. That would have made it a 3-game winning streak. I was secretly hoping for 3-3-0s. It's never going to be that way, though, is it? It was never going to happen. Not with Ipswich Town. I mean, who have they played? Oh God. We should be beating them. To be quite honest, that's pretty poor on our part. Maybe a bit of complacency set in there. We just didn't really turn up on the day. Luckily, we didn't really get out of third gear and still managed to take something from the game, so at least there's that. Right, we shall return then. Where shall we return? I will probably look to bring you a Champions League game. Perhaps Benfica again. We did Benfica before. Maybe we can get one over on them at home this time. They sacrificed. I wish they'd sacrificed themselves. But they stood in our way of a Champions League knockout place in last year's competition with that draw at the Bet365 Stadium. Can we go one better and dent their qualification prospects? I hope so. Join me then on the 23rd of October 2018, Benfica. We'll try and do better than we did last year and get out of the group. Alright, I want to thank you very much again for watching. Please do like and subscribe. I'm also on the Twitters at Knock It Wide. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure. I do thank you very much for your time, for watching, and I'll see you again very shortly. Take care. Bye-bye.